Once upon a chilling Halloween night, in the small town of Hollow Grove, a group of adventurous teenagers decided to explore the local legend that shrouded the town in fear. The legend spoke of a long-forgotten witch, Agnes Blackwood, who was rumored to rise from her grave every Halloween to seek revenge on the townsfolk. Nina, Alex, Emma, and Josh had heard tales of Agnes Blackwood's malevolence from their parents, but they believed it to be just a bedtime story. With their flashlights in hand and a sense of excitement in their hearts, they ventured into the eerie woods behind the town's cemetery. The night was foggy, and the crescent moon cast eerie shadows through the trees. They reached the old, crumbling Blackwood family crypt, where Agnes Blackwood was rumored to be buried. With trembling hands, Josh pushed open the heavy stone door. A stale, cold breeze blew through the crypt's entrance inside. The air was thick with the scent of decay. Cobwebs hung from the ceiling, and the crypt's interior was filled with ancient coffins. As they ventured deeper into the darkness, they noticed that one of the coffins was open. With trepidation, they approached the open coffin and found it empty, except for a piece of parchment that read, "You dare to awaken me, mortal souls." The teens exchanged nervous glances but decided to continue their exploration. They stumbled upon a hidden chamber deep within the crypt. Inside, they found an old, dusty spellbook. As Nina opened it, she unwittingly recited an incantation. A sudden chill ran down their spines as a spectral figure materialized before them. It was Agnes Blackwood, her eyes glowing with malevolence. Agnes spoke in a ghostly, echoing voice. "You have awakened me, and now you shall suffer the consequences." She raised her hands, and a swarm of ghostly apparitions filled the crypt. The terrified teens ran for their lives, but the ghostly horde pursued them through the woods, their hollow moans echoing in the night. They reached the edge of Hollow Grove, but the spirits were relentless. They realized that the only way to break the curse was to return the spellbook to its rightful place with sheer determination. They made their way back to the crypt, and Nina placed the spellbook back on the altar where it had been found. Agnes Blackwood, now furious, approached them with one final chilling incantation. They watched as she and the spirits were banished back into the crypt, and the stone door slammed shut as Halloween night came to a close. The town of Hollow Grove was once again shrouded in silence. The legend of Agnes Blackwood lived on, but the four brave teenagers had learned the true meaning of Halloween night, when the line between the living and the dead blurs, and the past can come back to haunt you. In the small town of Ravenswood, the arrival of Halloween brought with it the enigmatic midnight carnival. The townspeople had heard rumors about the carnival for years, whispers of strange happenings and a sinister ringmaster known only as the Wraith. For friends, Sarah, Jack, Emily, and Michael were drawn to the carnival's allure. They decided to visit on Halloween night to discover the truth behind the tales. As they entered the carnival grounds, a heavy fog engulfed them, making it impossible to see more than a few feet ahead. The air was filled with the haunting melody of a calliope, and eerie laughter echoed in the distance. They wandered through the dimly lit carnival, coming across peculiar attractions: a fortune teller who spoke in riddles, a hall of mirrors that distorted their reflections into grotesque forms, and a ghostly carousel that spun without any visible source of power. Finally, they reached the heart of the carnival, where a giant circus tent stood. The tent seemed to stretch endlessly into the darkness. Its entrance was guarded by two menacing clowns who ushered them inside. The interior was a macabre wonderland with twisted creatures, freak shows, and bizarre games of chance. At the center of it all was a grand stage, where the Wraith stood. He had a face obscured by a white porcelain mask, and his voice had an eerie, hypnotic quality. The Wraith invited the friends to participate in a series of sinister games, each more treacherous than the last. They soon realized they were trapped in a nightmarish carnival where escape seemed impossible. As the clock struck midnight, the Wraith revealed the carnival's dark secret. It was built on cursed ground, and each year, the souls of those who dared to enter were bound to the carnival forever. The only way to break the curse was to defeat the Wraith in a deadly game of wits. With time running out, the friends raced against the clock, solving riddles, navigating traps, and confronting their deepest fears. They reached the Wraith's chamber for a final showdown. In a chilling twist, they discovered that the Wraith was a manifestation of their own darkest fears and insecurities. To defeat him, they had to conquer their inner demons and face their fears head-on. Only then did the Wraith's power dissipate. The curse lifted, the carnival dissolved into the night, and the town of Ravenswood was free from its sinister grasp. The friends, forever changed by their nightmarish ordeal, knew that some fears were not external, but the shadows within themselves.